Lisa with a new sketch today. I have a 4x6 photo and then I have another 3x4 that celebrate my husband's birthday. And I also want to celebrate his weight loss journey. He had some health issues last year. He lost a lot of weight unplanned and gained over time most of that weight back, but he needed to lose some weight. So this year he's been really working hard on it, and as of about now I think he's down about 20 pounds. I'm not sure quite where he was at this point, but still really making great progress with that. So it's his birthday and we're going to his favorite barbecue place, and he's going to have a healthy lunch, but he has learned to sort of moderate a little bit the eating out and certainly a lot of what he's eating at home. So I want a title of No Pigging Out. And I'd like to use a pig die cut if I can find one. I don't have a stamp that has a pig on it, but I'd like to do a die cut. So we're going to go hunt that and do some large letters here for the title. We're going to have some journaling strips and some designer paper. For my background, I picked this wood grain paper from Crepe Paper. I found that I really use the lighter color wood grains more. It's a little more of a challenge for me to work the dark ones in, but I think this goes well with this this shirt that he bought that my stepdaughter hates. It's not the most attractive shirt in the world, but I actually picked it out for him to wear that day since we were going to the barbecue place. And the interior and everything about this place, a little bit darker, beautiful place, and great food. So we're going to use this wood grain background, and let's find some brighter or lighter papers to use for this these strips going across here. Let's see what I can find in my collection for that, and then we're going to do our big title and journaling. And I think I'm going to put my pig here as part of the title with the N-O and do a slash across it and then have the pig in the middle of the O, something like that. And then we'll do another embellishment down here, maybe something food related while I'm on the silhouette. I was just going through this envelope. I have these big clear envelopes I used to store a lot of my papers in, and I use drawers now. I still have tons of these, and sometimes I take papers that I'm not quite ready to break down and say use just the B side of this, and I want to save it, or maybe the scraps I'm going to use them for a particular project, and they end up in one of these and they sort of get put away and I forget about them. I'm going through this one because I can see some opportunities here. I have some photos that I've been looking for something nature to go with, so I was happy to find that, and this cloud paper, I think. But I'm also finding several things here that would be good possibilities for this photo. These were old collections. This is pink paisley from several years ago. I remember what trip we took that I did this in 2012. So that's when these papers, but they're really good fit for this. This is a more recent Simple Stories that I had in my regular collection. That's Doodlebug or Echo Park or something, I can't recall. No, it's Simple Stories, I think. But anyway, I've got several choices here, and I'm still going through my little folder. Let's pull it out here and see what all we've got. I've got a bunch of empty paper drawers. I have ordered, I'm doing this right after Labor Day, and I took advantage of the Labor Day sales and I ordered some papers, so I'm still going to fill those drawers up, but I still think I can pull some of this stuff out and use it either on this project or for some other projects, or maybe it is time to just get rid of it. School has started again, so there's some more pretty simple stories. School started again, so it might be time to just give some of these things away. Alright, let's see here. I think these whole sheets are going to go elsewhere. You know what I'd like to do with these? I'd like to cut these up and use them in my art journal. That's where I think those would be really fun to use. So I'm just having fun playing and finding some cool stuff here. This one, oh, here's more good art journal stuff. What's on the back side? Yeah, these really papers that are designed to look like real photos are not me in terms of scrapbooking. They're just not my thing. So anyway, I got some good stuff in here that I'd forgotten how. Oh boy, that's loud. Don't know about that one, but we'll find some uses for those. Anyway, back to this layout. What do we want to do here with these? Because I need to figure these out before I go die cut the pig design that I've yet to find, because I will pick colors for it, probably out of cardstock or real simple tone-on-tone 6x6 papers to do the die cut, and it will match whichever one of these stripes or other geometric prints that I like. I think this is all part of a series. That's probably a little too busy. It's on the back side. Flowers. Maybe. I really like that. God, I've got too many choices. Now, I know these are autumn papers, but and this was in June, but that's what this looks like to me, is more autumn. That one's looking too bright now. These don't really go together, but I think I like those two better than this one. Let's do these two, and then we'll find something really simple to do for the third piece, I think. I've cut out my die cut pig using some 6x6 scraps and a little bit of cardstock, and I'm going to put him together. Everything about this page is really focused on telling the story. If you'll recall, I had a birthday page recently for my dad, and I used colors that were suitable for him, but I used some really traditional things like a stamp with a birthday cake and stuff there, because this is sort of a family dinner and there wasn't really a big story to tell. In the case of this particular page, I felt like there was a lot to say regarding what else gone on this year, as well as the birthday and the fact that he really, really wanted to go to this one particular restaurant. So I really wanted to focus the page on the story and picking elements that would help tell the story. So as soon as you see the page, that's what you see. And that's what my next class is going to be about. Now, I've got my little pig put together, and he's going to go in this round element. It's actually a chipboard frame. And I'm inking it up with some distress paint in an amber color. And then we're going to put the pig in the middle. I moved the tail out of the way just so I wouldn't lose it, because I've still got to get the rest of my letters. These are going to have to be cut up a little bit. I have 2 G's, so it's going to say piggin out. My husband will not like that. He likes, he doesn't like you to chop off the end of a word. He is kind of picky about that sort of thing, but this time he's going to have to live with it, because I didn't really have a good way to create the G, an extra G, but creating the I and the T that I was missing were fairly easy, just cutting up some of these letters. This is an old set of thickers that I got at Archivers a few years ago, and I've loved them. They've been a great color. Now, I was going to put a strip over the pig to, really emphasize the no part of this, but it was going to cover him up, and he's so cute, and so I just couldn't do that. So I decided not to use that little strip of cardstock that I had. We'll just kind of have him glued in the center of the O, and I think it still makes the statement pretty well. These papers at the bottom are the same as the other 2 that I used, and I also used a piece of 6x6 paper there to kind of finish out the pattern papers. And I think I placed this 1 3/8 inches up from the bottom, just like I brought the photos down that same distance from the top, and I've put my journaling in strips. And I do have an embellishment here with a little pig from some old pattern paper, so I can put that on there along with some additional brads and trim to kind of fill in the extra space. So the last thing I'm going to add to my page is this little sticker from October Afternoon. Okay. And this is next to the punched piece that I did on a little piece of chipboard. So we followed our sketch really closely, using an embellishment here as part of the title, and then another embellishment down here, and some pieces of pattern paper, a little bit of 6x6 to kind of finish this off. So this is, I think, a really cute page that is really good at telling the story, and all the components of the page tell the story, and that's what my next class is going to be about. So this page is a good lead into that. I used a background that reminds me of the place where we had lunch that my husband had talked about for months, going back there to have his birthday lunch. And the cute title that has sort of a little bit of a double meaning here, so we can kind of lead into his weight loss and celebrate that for the year, and appropriate embellishments for the page. So when you look at it, when we look at it years to come, then this will, you know, take us back pretty quickly to that time period and that special place that he had lunch. And then I'm going to put the exact date on here and which birthday it was, so we'll have that recorded as well, because I have a feeling we'll be going back to this place for some other birthday lunches. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope you'll check out that class when it comes out early October, so be looking for my new class. If you like the video, I'd love to get a thumbs up, and if you're not already a subscriber to the channel, I hope you'll subscribe. Thanks again.